Hey friends, no new vibes and delights today. We were having some technical problems. I can't even tell you, but it's okay. I'm just going to share with you guys some of my favorite stories that I read recently on TikTok, and I'm just wishing y'all a great start to your weekend. Love y'all. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. We have a personal write-in today called, "Would I be the asshole if I ghosted my best friend in his time of need?" It is a lazy Sunday, so grab your vibes and delights and let's jump in. First, I would like to say hi, and I truly enjoy all your content. Aw, hey, thank you. I'm writing you today as I'm in need of advice and would love for you to read it so that I can get outsiders' opinions. As I do want others' opinions of the situation, I have extremely horrible anxiety and I'm very scared of getting the horrible trolls that seem to lurk on Reddit. Oh my gosh, understood. It's simple to just ignore them, but unfortunately, my brain will just keep replaying their words over and over until I'm rereading and analyzing what I wrote to make sure I didn't offend anyone. But that's why I was wondering if you could read it for me anonymously. I hope that you can, and I know you're probably very busy, but thank you. I tell you, I was just getting my ass handed to me by Donkey Kong in Mario Kart. I was not busy. I know that the title sounds horrible, but that is exactly what it is. I, female, am best friends with this guy that we will call Tommy. Tommy recently went through a really bad situation with a woman who hurt him pretty badly and broke his trust towards women, as well as making him depressed. I've been recently trying to help him get through it by giving him positive words of encouragement, even though a lot of time he fights the positivity, and checking in on him when I'm not busy with school or my kids. Well, recently he was having one of his bad days and his depression was getting to him, and told me he was thinking about how she truly disrespected him. Sometimes our friends just aren't ready to hear what we have to say, and sometimes when they're fighting the positivity, we might want to reword what we're saying and be like, you need to really analyze where you're coming from. Why are you sitting in this anger? Like, why are you feeling this way, instead of accepting it and moving forward? You can't move forward unless you address what's really going on, right? But it's also not your job to make him understand. I tried again to be supportive and agreed that her actions were very terrible and she put his health at risk. I think it was a cheating situation. But he will find someone that respects and loves him as he should be. Once again, he was fighting the positive words, but this time he started to go dark. He started talking about harming her or any other woman that hurts him in the future. I tried my best to tell him that wasn't necessary and that he would indeed find someone worthy. He just needed to be patient. After that, he proceeded to say how men had it much harder than women when it came to love and relationships, because women can just use their feminine wiles to get whatever they want, because that hasn't been debunked like 1,000 times. I then told him that if he wasn't okay with the way women are overly sexualized so that male predators could feel justified in taking advantage of us, that he should probably take it up with the people who created the messed up dynamic. Men, right. Now by this time I was already pretty uncomfortable, especially with the words he made against women, but then he made it worse once he told me that I needed educated. Then proceeded to send me a video of, please don't take advice from people who are in jail or not on this plane anymore, and when they left this plane of existence they weren't married and had the life that they actually wanted. Please don't take advice from those kinds of people. Okay, thanks, bye. I immediately, of course, told him that anything that comes from that man was harmful and that he was a horrible human, and he has been proven wrong numerous times, to which he wanted proof. So I sent him videos of well-educated men and women who spoke up against the bullshit that Tate and his followers spew. He then laughed and called them uneducated influencers, and Andrew Tate is in jail. And told me that as a woman, I don't even understand the meaning of the word misogynistic because we made it up. Okay. Even though the video of that guy was pulled from YouTube, and those people that I sent to him actually participate in several movements and fight for equality on daily basis. True. It's been a couple days since this happened, and honestly, I really don't want to continue to be friends with him. But my other friend, who is also a woman, says that I'm overreacting. And this is what we should expect if we want to be friends with men. No. Oh my god. I know her logic is stupid, right? But I do feel bad because he's going through a tough time, so would I be the asshole? No, because that sounded really dangerous. Your friend's logic is mad sus, and of course she thinks you're overreacting because she wasn't there when it was scary, you know? Also, distance yourself from that person. If he's really your friend, tell him that you were afraid. Take his reaction at face value. If it's not okay, wish him well on his healing journey and block. I can't wait to read y'all's thoughts. Hey friends, y'all want another story? Well, welcome back to the Reddit rainbow. I guess we talking about toxic boy moms today. This person hangs out in my Discord and probably know the story I'm about to tell. Am I the asshole for finally choosing my daughter over my wife? I'll throw up a light trigger warning on this one. Go ahead and re-up, tell me what snacks you snacking on, and let's keep going. I, male 38, and my wife, I'm so sorry. Female 44, got married 10 years ago. After 2 years of marriage, we had our first son, male 8, and it was perfect, our first child. He was such an amazing kid, smart, funny, and great at sports. My wife really loves him. They spend a lot of time together. She takes him everywhere with her. They have really special bond. Well, that's what I thought. 6 years ago, we found out that we got pregnant again. Pregnant. I was really happy when I found out that it was a girl, but my wife wasn't. She became cold towards her. She spent all her time with just our son. She started to push me to choose between our kids. There was no way to bring our daughter with us if we went to see a movie, or I couldn't take her with me to our son's football games. If I wanted to spend time with my daughter, it couldn't be with my son or wife around. Why? I mean, I know why, but why? I just don't understand the logic, you know what I mean? Like, how does it get here? You know what I mean? Because that's your baby. She came from you, you know her. Like, she's not like a random rando on the internet. I didn't understand that at all. Me either, OP. I didn't understand that at all, why my wife didn't want our daughter around. As she grew up, I could see how my wife treats her differently. She never got her new clothes, always just some old stuff, never took her anywhere with her. I tried to say something, but my wife always started to scream that she knows what's best for her and that our daughter was lying. I didn't want to start anything, so I always backed up. I just started to buy new clothes for her. I get her everything her brother had, but we promised each other that my wife won't find out. You're a good man, OP. You're a good man. I know it wasn't the best, but I really love my wife and I don't want to lose her. I don't know why she acts like this. I hate it. It's not the woman I fell in love with. I gave my daughter a key to her room so she can lock it, but last week my wife got in. She found all the stuff I got for her while I was at work and she threw it out. When I came home from work, I found my stuff packed and my daughter crying in her room. When I asked her what happened, she didn't say anything. I found my wife in the kitchen and we got into an argument. She told me to get my stuff and get out of the house and take our daughter with me. She said she can see which woman I love more. And there's the answer. Ew. I really can't believe that some people really think that their daughters are trying to steal their husbands. That's your daughter. That's her dad. Y'all are sick. And is that how you look at your son? Somebody call the woo-woo. In that moment, I realized what the problem was. My wife was jealous of her own daughter and I couldn't believe it. So I packed all the things in the car and left. Now I'm at my parents' house and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I know I should have left much earlier. My stupidity just hurt my daughter. That's the end of the first post, but OP wrote an update. Update. Am I the asshole for choosing my daughter over my wife? No, honey, but let's keep going. So for everyone asking, my daughter is with me at my parents' house and I'll pick up my son from school today and he's gonna stay with me. Ooh, that says a lot. My lawyer got all papers prepared and I'm ready to take all of this to court. I got in contact with police and they will come and take my wife out of the house tomorrow. My neighbor called the police on her for destroying my property and my car. What the fuck? She will probably spend some time in jail. Oh my gosh. Well, P, I don't think this woman ever was the woman that you fell in love with. That sounds crazy. But how unhinged do you have to be to think of your daughter like, no, never mind. My lawyer got all the evidence and it's going to court. It took a few days for police to process all the stuff, but now they know about that. She's not supposed to come close to them. I know a lot of people asked how I couldn't see before and why I didn't leave. I joined the army when I was 21 and I was there until I was 28. I didn't spend a lot of time at home. I didn't have a choice to put my kids somewhere else, and when I left the army and came home, I had to deal with mental issues. It's all good now, but she liked to use it against me most of the time. Oh, P. Everybody was hurting under this lady. I didn't have a job before, but the house is mine just because my parents left it for me. Oh. My parents are not my biological parents. They adopted me when I was 15. Before that, I was in a foster home because of my father. But I think about them as my real parents. They love my kids and kids love them. I have to be careful though, because she accused me of cheating. She hurted herself before when I tried to leave. Whoa, she accused you of cheating? Projection. People who hurt themselves or pretend to, sick. Also really quick, if somebody says that to you, somebody threatens you like that, hold true to yourself, okay? Hold true to yourself and call the whoop whoops after you leave safely so that they can do a welfare check. Nobody deserves to go through any of that. It's above your pay grade, no matter where you are in the relationship, friendship, it doesn't matter. It's above your pay grade. Do not let anybody bully you into that. I know most people don't understand it, but please try to imagine how it was. I love my kids with my whole heart, and I'll do my best to make their lives normal again. They will always remember this, but I hope they will forgive me one day. All of y'all have been through so much. I'm wishing you the best, OP. Once everything is settled and she's in jail, I promise you, your quality of life is going to go way up. All right, now let's read some of these comments. Hey, OP, I just wanted to tell you something because I've been in this place as the daughter. Talk to your kids, especially your son, and make sure you all know what's happening. Make sure your son knows what's happening and what's been going on with your daughter being disfavored for their entire lives. Make sure your daughter knows that you know and you care about what's been happening to her. Be clear with them. They may be kids, but I guarantee that they have felt this going on the whole time and have known it was wrong, but couldn't do anything to change it. Always a huge advocate of just telling the kids the truth. They understand better than you think they do. Make sure they know that you're on their side. Absolutely. You are so incredibly brave, OP. Sending you love and light for the new beginnings of your next chapter as you rebuild a happy and loving home for your daughter. I did have one more comment, but I guess I lost it. Essentially, someone was asking if all the men who had to experience this, like, are y'all alright out there? This one commenter stepped up and was like, as a 28-year-old male, my mom drunk calls me and asks me about my schmeck's life. So no, we're not. I can't wait to read your comments. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. I hope y'all re-upped because y'all, I got a story called, Am I the asshole for embarrassing my cousin and getting us kicked out of a restaurant? I don't know if this is a Mother's Day story, but I'm reading it as a Mother's Day story. Grab your snacks, tell me what you're snacking on, and let's keep going. I, female 25, don't have kids yet. I never really wanted them growing up, but I figure I'll eventually have kids in the future once I get my life together. That's valid, OP, but just remember, if you still decide you don't want to have kids after you've gotten your life together, that is fine too. My cousin Sarah, 29, has 2 bad-behaved kids from a previous relationship and a newborn baby with her boyfriend MJ, 40, 11 years. Last night, my mother's sister, Sarah, and I went to a sushi restaurant. And this was my first time having sushi. Okay. Sushi's not for everybody. I definitely had a really bad sushi experience. Let me know if y'all want to hear that story. Put a sushi in there. After we ordered, I had a hard time using the chopsticks. My cousin started obnoxiously laughing. About what? The waiter came over and asked me if I wanted training wheels, which is a little plastic item that attaches to the chopsticks and helps you hold them in place. My cousin laughed and said sorry about her. She constantly embarrasses herself and us. Huh? One of my closest friends was dating somebody who did this to him, but it was with like Mexican food. All I'm gonna say is don't be like that person because that's icky. I just gave her the side eye and put the training wheels on. When it was time to order dessert, her boyfriend MJ finally joined us, claiming that he was busy. She went on to tell him how stupid and wow, ableism. That's also what that lady said to me at my job earlier, if you were here for the last video. I reported her. She went on to tell him how dumb I was for not knowing how to use chopsticks and how the waiters and everyone around now know that I'm an embarrassment. My mom asked her what her problem was. Right, thank you, Mom. And she goes on a rant about how I'm just so embarrassing and it's no wonder I'm jealous of her being a mother and no one wants to have children with me. The projection is crazy. I finally had enough. I said I don't have kids because I don't want them to come out like you're rude pieces of and you're calling me an embarrassment? Didn't MJ just have a baby on you with his wife? Your baby literally has a sibling a week apart from her. You probably learned how to use chopsticks by eating his wife's leftovers. Stop! Oh my God. Baby, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Y'all are screaming. Part 2, oh my goodness. Let's keep going. I guess when she was attacking me, it was fine because everyone turned on me. What? It got so loud that management had to get involved. Sarah was screaming and crying. You shouldn't have fucked around and found out. MJ was yelling at me, oh, cheating ass 40-year-old dude. And my mom and sister were berating me for being me. Man, where was this energy when she was talking shit? Won't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Management brought the bill and told us to please pay and leave. My mom paid the entire bill, but my sister said I'm an asshole for embarrassing Sarah and getting us kicked out. Y'all are only upset that y'all got kicked out. Like, y'all can't change my mind. And how she's probably going through postpartum depression. Postpartum depression didn't make me treat people like shit like this. Baby, go on with that. Now, I don't know if I went too far, seeing as she's probably going through some post-baby stress, but am I the asshole? No, but the OP wrote an update. Thank you for all the overwhelming responses. I've been wanting to put Sarah in her place for a while now, and I'm glad I did. However, Sarah's mom got involved and is mad at me. Oh well. Apparently, MJ told Sarah that him and his wife were separating. Of course he did. Sarah found out that he lied because she was secretly stalking his wife's Facebook page and got the shock of her life when wifey posted a newborn baby and MJ was there for the birth. Now on to the problem. She kept the wife's baby a secret and only told her mom, who told my mom, who told my sister and I. So they said that they were pissed because I wasn't supposed to repeat it. Y'all just mad y'all got caught. But I didn't know it was classified information. I will say that you definitely have to make that known if you are gossiping in the family. After like a week, that's all everyone talked about. Oh no. Sarah's mom, my aunt, reached out to me this morning and she said that Sarah's problem with me is that I always said I don't like kids and only a horrible person doesn't like kids. And that I was mean to her about her kids 2 months ago. What happened 2 months ago? 2 months ago, she wanted to go to a party with MJ and asked me to watch all her kids, all 3 of them, for free. Nope. I told her no because they're untrained. I don't feel comfortable watching a newborn and she'll have to pay me to put up with the other 2. So I guess that's why she's still holding grudges. OP! Regardless, Sarah's mom said she was having a hard time after finding out about the outside baby, who technically is the inside baby, as Sarah's baby is the outside baby, but whatever. And she wants me to apologize for putting her business out there for everyone. She got my mom and sister involved, so I just called and apologized, and she said, I don't care what you have to say, and hung up. I did my part and I'm tired. Comments. Hey friends, welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. We just finished reading a story called Am I the Asshole for Embarrassing My Cousin and Getting Us Kicked Out of a Restaurant? No, P. Don't want no shit. Ain't gonna be no shit. The more one fucks around, the more they find out. That tea was piping hot. I need to read these comments because I am absolutely thrown. I'm screaming. First comment: you probably learned how to use chopsticks by eating his wife's leftovers. Emotional damage. Y'all, I'm about to cry. As someone who has suffered from severe postpartum depression, I don't recall being mean as a snake being a fucking symptom. Yo, okay, real talk. A great many of us parents out there have dealt with this. My default was to cry in burrito, not hurt other people, you know? Why do so many people with kids think every single non-parent envies them and is jealous? I can guarantee you those people are not jealous of us. I'm jealous of them, like... I have kids, but I can 100% understand anyone not choosing to. 100%. 200%. It's not that my kids are nightmares, same. They're all average and normal, but to pretend being a parent isn't the most body-changing, relationship-challenging, expensive, exhausting, worrying, thankless, stressful choice one can make is insanity. Absolutely, all of that. All of it. This person reiterates the above commenter and then says, I feel like they have some unconscious regrets and they want to convince themselves having kids was indeed a good choice. I definitely believe that. Somebody I used to know, used to treat me like shit because I didn't want to get a bigger car to carry her kids around in. I had a Miata and a Camaro at the time. No, thank you. Plus, I don't like helping people move. I'm a weak bitch, okay? My knees and my car say no. Sarah was screaming and crying because you finally had enough and you stopped letting her bully you. Bullies can't handle the tables being turned on them. Ooh, positively, we saw that today. If your family turns on you over her, then they are her flying monkeys. Ooh. I don't think they turned on her. I think they were just more upset, like, man, why you get me in trouble too? But still, regardless, the sentiment's still the same. Your family should have always had your back and not been berating you. Not the asshole. Sarah certainly is, though. And so is your family who sided with the bully. All right, y'all, I'm done. I need a drink and a fresh bowl, okay? Hey, friends, sushi story time. So it was Slappa and I's 1-year anniversary, and we decided to go to a Benihana. It's a hibachi restaurant, real expensive. They do the cool tricks there. So we book a reservation because not only has Slappa never been at that point, but also I hadn't been in a long time. So we get there early, we're having a good time. We meet our table mates, you know. We're sitting at the bar, having a drink, and we order some sushi for an appetizer. This was my first true experience in a place that had real sushi and not just like a California roll or something. We realized we've been waiting for a long time for the sushi, right? So we asked the bartender, hey, can you maybe check in for us? It's been a while. He goes and comes back immediately. That meant to me that it was just sitting out for who knows how long. I don't think too much about that. And we just, eat the food and then go to our table shortly after because we were called. Not even halfway through the hibachi, show, I start feeling sick. Not I've had too much to drink kind of sick, like I ate something and it's finna come back up kind of sick. Sweating at this table and I'm just like, I need to go to the bathroom. And so I take my phone and I go in and I lose my entire life in that bathroom. Slappa's already where and I'm trying to coax my soul back into my body when someone else runs into the bathroom. They are also sick. I somehow manage, oh my God, same. What did you eat? She said it was the sushi, it was warm. And I was immediately like, oh fuck, I just ate some sushi. It was probably sitting out too long. I'm texting Slappa and I finally get outside and the manager's already ready to blame me and says that I'm just wasted and he needs to get me in line because I'm just drunk in public. Slappa pays and I'm sure tells him to go play in traffic. And I threw up a few more times on the way home out of the side of my own car. The next day, I went to go call and complain and was met with that same hostile attitude of the manager. After getting nowhere with him, I was just gonna leave a bad review and I noticed the other reviews were the same thing. They got sick after eating the sushi because it was left out too long and the manager blamed them and said that it was them because they drank too much and was just like the worst, most overbearing asshole one could ever imagine. It actually took me years to try eating sushi again. I still keep it real simple. California rolls, crunchy rolls, you know, stuff like that. Also, I real life just now realized that Crunchyroll, like the anime streaming site, like it's a sushi. But anyway, yeah, it took me a while to get over it. And sometimes people make fun of me about it, but honestly, after I tell them my story, they shut the fuck up. People are so nosy until you hit them with the fucked up ass story, I tell you. I don't fucks with Benihana anymore anyway. Kobe steaks all day long. This is the one in Addison, Texas. Give me free food. All right, I'll catch y'all later.